It is true to say that even though the downturn we are experiencing in real economy terms to date does not approach many of the more severe downturns in the past, in financial market terms, we clearly have not had this sort of shakeout, perhaps ever, certainly in modern financial markets. What to make of that at this stage, frankly, is unknowable. There is actually a cogent case to make that we might have seen actually today the bottom, and with hindsight, the bloodletting and the, if you like, the red alert that the flashes around the world from the events over the weekend might end up being the bottom. But the accent, I think, has to be on might, because there are very nervous, scary and tense times ahead of us as the world works through these events and checks to see what other dominoes are in line thereafter. The fears are, of course, mainly forward-looking, and these charts here show capital growth by sector in the UK, rental growth by sector, and then office vacancy rates. And although, of course, as we know, capital growth has turned down in the last year, actually to date, offices have not underperformed. In fact, offices most recently have outperformed retail and the other segments and have come down more or less in line to date. I think, though, it does not take too much cleverness of forecasting to suggest that forward-looking we will get an underperformance over the next year or so. So why on earth are we bothering with all of this business if the economics are looking so terrible? And I guess I put forward to you 4 reasons to believe in offices as continuing in its position as one of the 2 dominant asset classes in commercial property. When we look at the basic demand drivers, it will be the case, I put to you, that over the next 20 years, service industries continue to lead developed nations' GDP growth, and service industries means office occupiers. And further, in the next 20 years, I put it to you that economies, and in particular the Anglo-Saxon economies, will not see the same level of above-trend drive from consumer expenditure, which of course was something that flattered retail's performance relative to offices in the last 20. Affordability is robust for office occupiers. Again, unlike some other segments, supply constraints will increase dramatically, and the depth of the investment market, as we all sit back and see what lack of liquidity cost everyone, will be an enduring appeal. So that's, if you like, my case. Let me just flesh out those 4 points. Affordability, again, picking London as an example, you, of course, have had effectively no real increase in rents over 20 years in London. In the city, you have city rents the lowest they have ever been relative to the West End. Again, an affordability index, at least for the city. And when you look at all other aspects of expenses for service industries, rent is the only one that hasn't, over that period, gone up in real time. Salaries, of course, have gone up dramatically. IT costs have gone up equally dramatically. And so affordability is not the issue, if you like. The elasticity of demand, which, of course, our secondary shop units are waking up to with rude and unpleasant surprises across the UK, that is not the issue for offices.